Hey, my little nuggets. So, woo! This one gonna be a doozy in case you couldn't tell from the title. If you're just not in the mood for some heavy, I understand. But it's where I'm at. You've asked me on Twitter, especially. I've gotten a lot of tweets. Where are you at, Shauna? Where are your video this week? And I haven't been able to sleep for the past few nights. Like, legitimately have not been able to sleep because I'm just cut up inside. Every time I've tried to make, and this is my fourth time trying to make a video for you guys this week, and I got to tell you, it's like pulling teeth out of my own mouth. Because as soon as I start trying to be like lighthearted and we're gonna just make some jokes and have a good time today, I'm either crying or unreasonably frustrated by what it is that I'm doing to the point where it's not even fun for me, and you can clearly tell it's not fun for me, and y'all gonna be like, what the fuck is it? I don't know. I was gonna talk about, in my pop culture video, I was gonna talk about, MILF money. I was gonna talk about the Jesse Williams, oh yeah, you need to fire him, and Shonda Rhimes being like, bye bitch. I was gonna talk about hoverboards. I was gonna talk about stuff that was like lighter fare, because I feel like I've been talking about only heavy shit for weeks now. Like, I feel like rape culture in America and gun control and the Orlando shooting and my decision to become a citizen and run for office, like all of these things are from a place of like pain and anger at the stuff that's been happening in the world and my wanting to change it. So I've just been very frustrated lately, and I feel like maybe, in all honesty, maybe I need to talk to like a mental health professional, because it's affecting me, I would almost say, too much. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not, that's not what this is about. I wanted to talk about something, and I want to encourage you to leave your comments below, because while I absolutely want to hear what you guys are thinking when I say these words. And I want you to also know that anything I say is based on research. It's not just rhetoric that I heard in the Ralph's grocery store line waiting on somebody saying some shit, and I'm like, oh, I guess it's true. I do my own research. So while I'm not claiming that my opinion is the only opinion, know that my opinion is based on having done research. And while some of you don't agree with me, and you've made it clear in the comments, you have different thought processes, you're from different kinds of families, whatever the thing is, that's fine if you don't agree with me, but please make it be a reasoned argument, because the mood I'm in right now, I may come for your ass, and I'm being dead serious right now. I may come for you, and if that's not what you want, don't play with me today. Don't do it. Okay, that said, clearly from the title, I'm going to be talking about the police. I'm going to be talking about Black Lives Matter. I'm going to be talking about all that shit today. I'm going to try to do it as succinctly as possible. There's not going to be any edits, so you're going to see me stumbling over my words or whatever the fuck. It's going to be real as fuck right now. First of all, I want to say, my father spent 42 years as a police officer, risking his life. They don't get paid enough. They don't get enough respect. Their job is hard as fuck. And they have to make tough motherfucking decisions all the time. Shit that we don't even have to think about, but they have to do it on a daily basis. So you best believe everything I say is with love and with respect for police officers in general. You better believe it. So if you want to take anything I want to say out of context, that's on you. Just know that I love and respect the police. That said, I still think most of them are amazing, brave, inspiring people. However, y'all, and I'm talking to police right now, have some bad apples in your motherfucking bunch, and they stinking it up for all the rest of y'all. Okay? That's as plain as I can say it. Now, this crazy what is his name? Micah Johnson or whatever, that crazy motherfucker in Dallas shooting and killing 5 police officers, need to slap him beside his goddamn head. I know he served, and I'm not in any way trying to take away from the fact that he has given back to this country more than I ever have, but I'm not trying to take that away from him. However, what he did is fucking nuts. That's the action of somebody who's clearly snapped. Now, that snapping may come from the fact that he's angry, that he's hurt, that he sees himself and his people being attacked, and he perceives that nobody else gives a shit about it, that maybe it trends on Twitter, and then it's like, oh, bitch, I don't care no more. And then you hear about them for 2 days, and you're all over your Facebook feed, and this is an outrage, and then nothing happens. And while I appreciate your frustration, Micah, what you did was all kinds of evil. And at the end of the day, you can't fight evil with evil. You can't see somebody doing violence and say, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kill him. If somebody kill your cousin, by cutting him on the neck, that does not undo the death of your cousin. In fact, that just perpetuates violence because he got a cousin too that's going to be mad that his cousin got killed. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Okay? So stop thinking in such a one-dimensional way. People need to realize that our actions affect other people. And clearly, and I'm not in any way trying to make him a spokesperson for the Black Lives Matter movement, because he's not. Micah is a sick individual. And what he did is sick as fuck, and it should be condemned. And I know you ain't supposed to be happy when somebody dead, but I'm is, because he's evil as fuck. Okay? But what you are failing, or in my opinion, when I say you, I mean, I'm talking about people, the people watching this stuff, the people who I hope will hear my voice, the people who I hope will maybe think about a different perspective, is it's been happening for centuries now that Black people have been under attack in this country. Whether it's from cultural appropriation, whether it's from, and I know you want to roll your eyes, but stop. Just try to listen. Try to listen. Try to hear the words that I'm saying. And recognize that even if it's not the truth that you are comfortable hearing, if it makes you uncomfortable, that doesn't negate its validity, okay? That doesn't make it untrue just because you don't like hearing it, all right? Black people have been under attack, but now we got social media. Now everybody's got a camera phone that they can whip out. Bam! Suddenly, what's happening to me can be seen on Facebook, can be seen on Twitter, and that's what is happening, and that's what's bringing about the hashtag Black Lives Matter being so prominent. It's not that it's never been a problem before, it's that now you can see the faces of it, and even when you're seeing the faces of it, most of the time, no one's indicted. Somebody gets murdered, and the court will find that no one's at fault. And that shit is enraging. So while I'm not defending at all any fucking thing that Micah did, because he is wrong and evil and twisted, what I am saying is it comes from a place of anger and frustration. Okay? Think about, if you're old enough, think about a time before 9/11. How the world was a lot, in your mind, a safer place. Then 9/11 happened, and suddenly we you got Amber, and you got all these different levels of alertness that you got to be on for terroristic threats. Suddenly the word terrorist is woven into every news cycle. Every news cycle. So you, whether or not you're realizing it, are fucking absorbing subliminal messaging of, oh shit, there's a threat in every corner. So if you have any kind of underlying prejudices, any kind of underlying fears, when you feel threatened, you go into attack mode. It's fight or flight. Ask a psychologist. Read a Psych 101 book, and it will fucking tell you that what I'm saying, I'm not making this shit up. This is how we are programmed to respond. So when you are being fed a steady diet of fear and doubt and, oh shit, somebody out to get me, you start to see the boogeyman in every motherfucking corner of the room. Now, the problem with that is we have a culture that has a history of racism. And it's still here. And I don't want to hear about reverse racism because it's not a thing. It's not. By definition, racism. Look it up. See, because I don't want to be the one spoon feeding you some shit. Pull out Webster's dictionary. Go online. Look up racism. Reverse racism is not a thing. That's some Urban Dictionary bullshit. Just because it's on the internet don't mean it's real. It's not a real thing. Okay? So I'm saying all of this to say, because what happened to Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, and every black man that's killed or black person that's killed every 28 hours in America is a travesty. And when you're killed by law enforcement, let me read you something. It says, I actually pulled this up from The Guardian. It says, young black men were 9 times more likely than any other American to be killed by police officers in 2015. This is according to a study. Okay, the final tally of deaths last year was 1,134 deaths at the hands of law enforcement. Despite making up only 2% of the total U.S. population, African American males between the ages of 15 and 34 comprise more than 15% of all deaths logged that year. Okay? That's 5 times higher than for white men of the same age. So, when somebody says, Black Lives Matter, there's no invisible only in front of the Black Lives Matter. No one's saying your white life or your Latino life or your, Puerto Rican life or your Asian life doesn't matter. Nobody's saying that. We're saying as well. So there's a difference between exclusive, I can speak. God damn, I'm just getting so agitated I can't even speak properly. There's a difference between exclusivity and focus. Exclusivity implies, that only Black Lives Matter. Focus means y'all don't seem to notice that we dying over here. So for a minute, let's just talk about the fact that some black people be dying. Black lives do matter. Do you understand the distinction? So in the wake of all of this, in the wake of a crazy sniper killing 5 cops, 5 brave people who were taking care of citizens, they're just doing their job, and injuring so many others. In the wake of that doesn't happen in isolation is what I'm saying. I'm saying that happens because there's mental illness going unchecked in this country. Mental illness is so overlooked as a real problem. The fact is we have gun laws that, my Second Amendment right. Bitch, go read the Second Amendment. It's talking about a well-armed militia. Are you part of a militia? Then why the fuck do you need a gun? Why? We are a civilized society. We like to tout ourselves as the best in the world. Do you know how many other countries that are first world countries with active and great GDPs don't have as much gun violence as we do? Do you know how many? A lot. Look it up for yourself, because you're going to tell me how I'm just spitting rhetoric at you, but I need you to understand that this comes from a real place of sadness and frustration. And I'm sad for these families that have lost men who did nothing. Okay, I was going to say who did nothing wrong, but I stopped myself because I don't know that they didn't do nothing wrong. You know why? Because instead of being taken before a judge and there being a court and an actual trial in which the evidence against them is presented and they have to defend themselves, they're dead. 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 And there's video of it. In a traffic stop, whether you're Sandra Bland or Philando Castile, you ain't supposed to die from a traffic stop. You're not supposed to die when the cops pull you over for a taillight or failing to signal or whatever else. That should be the extent of the interaction. Oh, the officer, I didn't do something, my bad. Give me my ticket. Let me go on about my way. I will learn from this and try to do better. But we got so many guns and so much hate, and now we don't even allow people to talk about the fact that there's so much hate at play. If you say something's racist, suddenly you're causing no, we have a black president. We're not racist. Why can't we have a dialogue? What is it? I'm not saying you specifically are a bad person or you specifically are racist, but I am saying that as a white person, you do benefit from systems that were set up 400 years ago that make you the benefactor. That doesn't make you a racist, but you benefit from a racist system. Why can't you just accept that? Does it make you uncomfortable? I'm out. I'm not editing this, and you can disagree with me. Go to town. But just make sure that whatever argument you put forth is thought through. Because mine are. I love every one of you, and I do not care about the color of your skin. But I want each of us, myself included, the children that I will have, my father, if he comes to visit me, to be safe. I don't want my father to be pulled over for failing to signal, and I get a phone call that he is hurt or killed. And that's not unreasonable of me to demand my safety, but it is unreasonable of anybody to hurt a police officer while he's doing his job. I love you. Deuces.